I used to think that it was my responsibility to make other people happy, like my wife or my kids or my business colleagues.
I hear that a lot from our clients. And how exhausting is that? Right? Like we're taking on other people's emotional well being. Did you know that actually you're in charge of your own emotional well being, and then your wife, your kids, your colleagues, your employees are responsible for their own?
That's game changing.
Right?
That is completely game
Well, and
changing.
when you think of as a society, what we are taught and trained over the years is that it's in our narrative, it's in our everyday language. You made me feel so bad. I feel so bad for making you feel that way. Like it's just this tennis match back and forth of we're just giving each other, like I give you my emotional well-being, you're responsible for it, then you give me yours, and it's like, okay, wait a minute. That's exhausting. Instead of I'm in control of my own,
Yeah.
and you're in control of your own, and your employees are. Now there's something to be said about for kids, right? Like there's, until they are mature, emotionally mature enough to be responsible as parents, we definitely we guide them in that. But like when we start to take ownership of our own emotional well-being, here's the one thing that I've noticed. The biggest challenge of a barrier that we have in doing that is that we have this belief amongst all of us, and probably Disney has not helped, is that we should feel happy all the time. So that when I see you're not happy, I then think, oh my gosh, something's gone wrong. I need to go solve for it. I need to make you feel better, right? And if it's not me, then I'll put a bucket of ice cream in front of you, and I'll do something else to try to change you from not feeling that perfect emotion.
Yeah.
Right?
That's such a great example, because for myself in particular, what I found was husband, father, grandfather now, what other labels or names are put on me that I sort of feel a responsibility. So I need to make you happy because I'm your husband, or I need to make my kids happy because I'm their parent, their father. And when I could release that, when I wasn't focused on that, it was so powerful for both parties. Me, I could release it. I could not have to worry about it. And secondly, it provided you or the kids or the business colleagues the empowerment that they can take that on themselves. And it's so important, particularly in relationships where we're really close to people, the family relationships, those ones that there are so much history and perhaps, it could be pain, could be hurt, could be other aspects that come into it. How important it is to be able to just to do that and ask that question. And so what would you sort of suggest for people that are going, what are you talking about? Like, I am responsible, I need to, right? What would be something that you would suggest?
Oh my goodness. I love this work. I think this is our journey in this next century, is to take ownership of our emotional well-being. So we're on the cusp of starting it, but I think there's so much to grow into it. We have to debunk the beliefs and the thoughts that we've had in years past. So the starting would be really getting clean and clear on whether you believe that we have to be happy all the time, and how's that working for you? Because that's not reality. That is not our existence as humans. Our human experience is 50-50. It's this high and low of all the richness of our 87 emotions. Brene Brown counted them for us. Thank you very much. So would you be willing to actually step in and say, I am willing to believe that I experience negative and positive emotions, and I'm learning to handle them and manage them. And then therefore, I'm willing and learning to understand that the people around me are too. And so when somebody else is having a frustrated day or something, I can come alongside them. It's not my responsibility to fix it, nor is it my responsibility to jump in and change it for them. Because to your point, and I love that you brought it up, that disempowers people. and I learned this, we learned this really on when our young adult kids were going through and they were feeling negative human emotions, and I would try to swoop in and make them feel better. Well, I wasn't actually empowering them to say, hey, that's normal, one, and two, I know you can handle it, and let me sit here with you and shoulder to shoulder move you into a more well-being creature rather than one that's totally thinking that something's gone wrong because I'm stressed today or I'm worried today.
So this is a huge topic. This is big, and as you can tell, this is a passion for Laurie, definitely. So I think there's a couple of things we want to make sure that you leave with, right? One is, if you think that we always have to be happy, challenge that and understand what it actually means to be happy and what it means to be not happy and how important those emotions are for us to feel. And the second part to that is to be aware of the emotions that we are having and actually question them and get curious about them and start with that, and that will begin this beautiful journey of understanding our own emotional well-being and how we have the power to be able to manage that.
It's so rich. It is so life-changing. DM us, message us if you struggle with any of this, bring it on, because let's get you feeling completely emotionally sound so that you can then start to demonstrate that to all of the people around you.
So beautiful, so rich.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Bye for now.